Hello, everybody. I hope you guys are doing well, having a great day or a great night. And before jumping into the charts, don't forget to smash the like button, share it for friends, and subscribe as well for more videos, analysis. And yeah, so before we start talking about XRP, there is a thing that is very important that we must acknowledge before we move on, which is soon, very soon, the Federal Reserve will raise the interest rates. I'm still not sure if it is going to be on 3 steps or only 2. The outcome here is going to be the same. It is probably going to reach 0.60%, 0.50, 55, I don't know. But it's close to this number. So what does it mean for us? So some people don't care about markets, the dollar, stocks, economy, but folks, it is all related, correlated. And here we are talking about money. Okay, it is all about money. And behind the XRP and the trial and price action behavior, there is a bigger agenda playing out, which the same thing is not true for Bitcoin. So we know this by a matter of fact. So what is going to happen once the Fed makes the first move, the very first? The stock market, it is going to take a big hit. It is going to be big and it is going to be fast. And so what about the crypto market? Well, it is going to follow just like it followed back on February 2020, last year. Okay? And today we had a very, very similar behavior. So Dow Jones went down, big candle, and Bitcoin printed the same candle, of course in a different scale, but we are already talking about this. Crypto is following the stock market. So this is the behavior of money. And I wish I could have a better understanding about this before. But it is what it is, right? So not a problem. We are constantly learning. That's what matters. There is one question. So what it is going to happen after they raise the rates? I believe the stock market will keep going, won't stop. You know, a big crash, then we'll catch up right after. So the crypto market, I am still not 100% sure, but I truly believe that will follow the stocks. But XRP is going to behave kind of a different way because fundamentals and use case, utility, etc., regulations, clarity are going to fire up XRP. Okay, so this is one thing, and we can't forget this. We just can't ignore this. It's very, very important. And doesn't matter when it's going to happen, September, October, it is going to happen. Okay, we know the markets won't keep going up forever. I'm not being bearish, I'm just acknowledging when such things can happen. That's the main goal here. To understand, have a better idea, try to figure out when things are going to happen. Okay. So today, it is impossible to make a short video. Okay, you guys know the drill. There's a lot of things to talk about, a lot of things correlated. So it is impossible to break down everything in like 15-20 minutes video. Okay, what you can do, it's pause your video, check it again, you know, later the day or tomorrow, whatever. It's simple. Okay, but so today we are going to take a look on XRP BTC. I will explain why. XRP dominance, and last XRP USD, which also can be the euro, whatever. So why this time I am going to talk about XRP BTC. So I made a post on Twitter saying that soon, but not today, and today it's not clear, but it will be soon. XRP is going to overperform Bitcoin in gains, so it is going to be somewhat similar with what we saw back in 17. Also late, actually 2 times on 17, right? And then we had a big run on 18. If I'm not wrong, it was the ODL launch, the release, and I was trading back in the day. So yeah. So the thing here is, I mentioned something around 400%, which is around here. So close to this range. So the first question is, will it be over? You know, we stop here and then we don't know, right? So, but what are the odds? I would say the odds here are big. We are talking about big chances, okay? We have a kind of a mathematical projection here. So I truly believe in the math. The second question is, it is possible. So sorry, I was having XRP dominance in my thoughts right now. So it's a different thing. So I can forget this. Forgive me. So XRP BTC, how much we can overperform Bitcoin? Around the 8,000 range, I strongly believe. Above, it is way possible. The question is how much? Because we know it is not going to be a, for example, one-to-one, right? So this is a thing to have in mind. The other thing that we have to talk about here, I won't mention what we had in the past. That's not what is at stake here, what matters. The big deal here is right here. So we are at a lower section. We are at the very bottom, right? And despite some people who already regretted what they said, so for example, Peter Lebrun, so he was saying very inaccurate things and bad things about XRP, and it seems today that he's changed, which is great, but let's go. So this is a bottom reversal structure, which means it is bullish. Bullish things end up with a bullish outcome, right? So the question here is how this is going to unfold and when, right? So that's the questions that technical analysts and the fundamentalistic folks try to figure out. That's what we do. That's our job. I'm 100% sure about the direction and that we are going to end up with a bull break. I have zero doubt. What I am not sure if we are going straight up from here, which I strongly believe it's very unlikely. So if I had to throw some number, let's say, I would say 5% against 95% for a straight break. But this is my opinion, okay? There is no way, it's impossible to call this out. How this is going to unfold at this moment that I'm recording this video. It's impossible. Anyone speculating on this, it's only a speculation. We don't have technical evidence. So what about the other odds, which is for the secondary scenario? So let this guy here. Let's acknowledge the behavior for the odds. Straight break. Now, the other scenario, which I strongly believe it is going to happen, we go up again for a lower high. Then we go down. And we go down. And then we start to become ready for the big one. So it doesn't matter if it is going to be late November, early November, December. Because we have a winter pivot right here. So again, I don't have technical evidence, but at least I have something to expect, to look for. So this way, I won't end up completely lost or, trying to guess, making calls from nothing. That's not how we do. In this scenario right here, 95 against 5%. And this is only one perspective about the whole thing, right? So XRP, BTC. For example, I can trade XRP BTC or XRP USD. It is going to be the same thing. So as you guys know, I don't trade XRP BTC. Okay, it is not a big deal. It's there is an inverted correlation here, which was meant to short XRP back in the day. So today we have new other mechanisms. So yeah, so and believe it or not, most people have no clue about this in these days. So we are in 2021 and people still look at this chart like it is bullish and we kept it going down. So yeah. Another thing that we have to acknowledge is the trial outcome. I strongly believe it is not going to happen on September. So October, November, yeah, kind of maybe. December, January, February, most likely. This is just my opinion. There is no way to call this out as well, unless, we have inside information, which is not the case here, right? I'm not making my decisions based on things I have no idea. So, I just want you guys to have this in mind, okay? My perspective here, I'm not going to share deep details because it is going to take a long time. Just for you guys to have an idea, I will have to record a private video about this to share the Champions Club with whatever, 30 minutes, 40 minutes about this guy only, okay? So not to mention XRP USD, the dominance. So I'll try to make a quick cover for you guys to have a better understanding to see how I'm looking at it, okay? So let's wipe out this guy. And let's move to the next, which is XRP dominance. Just a second. Right here. As you guys can see, it's a similar behavior. It's different because we have different numbers, but it is similar. There is one thing that I mentioned in the Champions Club before about this is that maybe we are not looking at the whole picture here. And why? The screen limitation, which is kind of the same thing that I talked about Link back in the day, Quant. So maybe this is the right way to look at XRP. So we know we are not going to have a 100, right? So that's impossible. It is not going to happen never. But big but here. So this scale, it starts to become aggressive after the 50, right? So we have closed numbers from the lower section to the battle of midway. And then the numbers start to go wild. If I apply my tool here, it is going to become kind of chaotic. So let's take a look. Actually, is not that bad, which is great. Okay, so this one is the one we are not going to have. Oh, and by the way, some people back in the day was saying, oh, you are talking about support and resistance. No, I'm not. This too is not about support and resistance. I had all the numbers months in advance before price actually hit the lines. Okay, so not about support and resistance at all. So I strongly believe I strongly believe there is a probability, a strong probability for XRP to get close to 34. So just a second, folks. Yes. 34 or maybe 55. And why this? For some people, to even talk about this is a crime, right? Because they have Bitcoin as a kind of a entity, you know, like a like things will never change, because they created this cult belief around Bitcoin. But here's the thing: soon we are going to have different indexes for different types of coins. So, for example, Ethereum is going to be in a different category index. Bitcoin will be in a different category index, and XRP will be in a different as well. I believe so, because if Bitcoin is still in the same index as XRP, it is going to be swallowed, you know, by reasons we know. So those things are facts. We're talking about facts here, okay? So we are in 2021. Many years since Bitcoin creation, and still there's no utility. And why? Because proof of work is dead. You know, it is dying. But they keep saying, oh, you know, Bitcoin is going to be. It is always going to have, always going to be, always will do. They are always talking in the future sentence, which is enough proof that they don't have nothing. It's a cult belief. And in the other hand, we have XRP, all the technical great things, the evolution, the use case, utility, partnerships, banks, and all the things that you guys know. Okay, so yeah, so I strongly believe there is a chance, and if this is going to happen, we are not going to, we are not talking about a utility here. We are only talking about the crypto market, total volume. Okay, so two very different things. So XRP can have a few trillions here and dozens of trillions of utility, you know, solving, because the XRP already solved the no-survostro issue and etc. So, and also here we also have a bullish continuation pattern, which it's not clear. It's a bit messed up. Soon it will become clear. And so it's the main goal here is it is inevitable. Okay, what is going to happen? Nothing is going to stop Ripple and XRP. I don't believe if I said this before, but it's crystal clear in my opinion. Okay, so it's unstoppable. And now let's take a look on XRP USD. So this is the chart that I shared on my picture on Twitter. Now let's wipe out this guy here. So first things first, I was expecting 44, maybe 37. You guys remember we talked about this, and I also said right after, if this scenario happens, right after we are going to see a strong recovery. Why? Because this is a macro bull and we are having bullish continuation. So there is nothing new, nothing changed. The only thing that changed is the perspective. About this, just a second, folks. So back in the day here, I shared on Twitter, the expectation is 240, 254, a strong lower high, which would give, let's say, better confidence about the macro pattern, the macro behavior, but unfortunately, didn't happen. So what now? The same scenario can play out In other words, the same thing is still true, and then XRP even at 2 and 40, 2 and 30, XRP won't be ready. So I'm only talking about technical things, candles, price behavior. I'm not acknowledging things that can't be acknowledged here. Okay. So for example, some people can say, oh, the trial is going to happen here and we are going to move from here. It's total speculation. So if they speculate 100 times, at least one time they will be right. So that's not how we do this, because there is money in the table, and so we can't speculate and play like this. Okay. So one of the scenarios that I am looking for, based on patterns, price behavior, market memory, etc., 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 is we have a exotic structure developing here. Can be like this, doesn't matter, just to have an idea. We don't need the lines to understand what is going on. It's just a visual representation for you guys to have an idea. If I apply Elliott Waves principle here, what I can expect? I can expect a new high compared with the previous one, which can be 250 or 240. So let's say 240. And right after, I can expect, something like this. So this is based on speculation using technical fundamentals. So it's totally different than just calling things out from the hat, you know. So the main goal here is try to have an idea where it is going to be the landing spot if it is going to happen. So the usual payoff, it's 50%. So if this scenario is true, if it is going to play out, I have a price expectation of 50%, which also applies, is correlated with the 50% principle. I know this, other people knows, a lot of people knows, they know how to jump in, you know, like the last train or a discount before the thing goes. And yeah, so, and most people, believe it or not, will still calling for moon all the way, and it's just emotions, right? So here we try to look at numbers. Emotions can't stay, you know, like it's not a option. Okay, we can use that. So if this scenario plays out, if I end up with such expectation, I'm probably talking about 64 cents. Okay, so close to it. And again, it's a possible scenario. And also there is another thing here. I am only measuring the pattern, the current pattern, which is incomplete, not fully developed. So the numbers are going to change. So if you are going to watch, let's say someone is going to watch this video like the next week or in 30 days, it is not going to work. Okay, so this is a step-by-step process. And so the second thing is the possible time frame of things. So let me see if I can bring it back. Just a second. Okay, right here. So what about the color red lines? They are the seasons. So we are about to enter the harvest season right after the winter and then the spring. Both the winter and the spring are most of the times bullish. This is a characteristic of the crypto market. I've been observing this for a long time, constantly. So I'm I'm not new into this. Okay, so yeah. And as you guys can see, that scenario that I just talked about, probabilities, then we end up close to the winter. So in my humble opinion, and also by the way, there's another thing, which is the previous scenario that we talked about, which is doesn't matter how low XRP drops, it is bullish, it is not going to change, hurt the trend. The fundamentals will remain the same, because every time we are going up, people are calling for moon. Every time we are going down, people call for doom. So if you guys remember, I talked about this a long time ago. This is how people expect for things to play out. But this is not how the markets behave, okay? So let's say, oh great, we end up with 240 or 250, whatever. And just for the sake of this example, okay, we are just speculating here. So let's say we end up with a fall to 64. Just for the sake of this example, we are going to have the low, the higher low, the next higher low, and then another higher low, which is a bullish characteristic. But at each single low, people will be calling for breaks. Okay, so another thing, let's take a look here. So let's say we end up at 64 from 240. So folks, it's a big sell-off, right? Which actually this is not the word. It is going to be a big dump. It would only be a sell-off if it only happens on XRP. So we are talking about probably a global behavior among all the markets, right? So stocks, precious metals, currencies, cryptocurrencies, and etc. Crypto assets, sorry. So looking at the numbers, we are talking about a big fall, right? Enough to wipe out a lot of people, especially those ones who are clueless, have no idea, emotional investors that are going to buy here expecting moon, then we go down, they don't know what to do, then they sell, then the thing goes up, they are afraid to buy, and then, you know, you guys know the drill, you guys know how it happens. But the great thing about this scenario is that if this plays out, XRP is going to soar fast. Okay, fast. I saw something about Brad talking about $50 before the end of the year. I don't know if this is true. Probably not. He will never say that, especially today at the trial, you know. So yeah, but my expectation, folks, we're already talking about this, 3 digits in multiple steps. Okay, so again, when we talk about 3 digits, some people will be looking this way. And I am talking about this way. Something like this, okay? Yeah, so what else we can take a look here? So let's take a look on the lower time frames, right? So here on the weekly, nothing special, nothing yet. Let's jump into the day. Oh, there is another thing, a thing that only I was talking about back in the day. You guys remember? Just a moment. Okay, so right here. This is very interesting. So again, folks, this is XRP against the US dollar, not US Tethers. Okay. You guys remember I was talking about the bullish divergence. It is going to happen. It is going to happen. and then XRP started to move. When we look on buyer's volume, not candles, buyer's volume, we also have another bullish continuation structure, but this is not for today. This is for the close future. Okay, this is also important. Sometimes we are talking about things, but people want it now. They want it today. And why? Because there is the bias, and the bias is a conflict of interest. Okay, so here we have price and time. I already explained this to you guys. So price is what we have, and if this is the scenario, we could be talking about a forecast, but that's not what we are looking here for. First the bull break, then we look into targets. Most people, basically emotional people who have no idea what they are doing, always ask the wrong question. What is the target? It's a noob question. Okay, there's no other way to say this. It's very wrong. It will create anxiety, doubt, and that's why one of the reasons people end up making the worst choices they can make. So, the bullish behavior is clear. Now the question is only when, not if. Okay, so this is very important to figure out. Just for guys to have an idea about my approach, soon. So I was engaged on Kava, then I made my trade, took my profits. Now I am engaged on XDC. Soon I will take my profits, and before XRP moves, I will make my move. It's a side move. I have my long-term investment capital that I don't touch, and I have my side capital. That is the one that I make for trade. That's how I live. Okay. Yeah. So before the big day, I will move again into XRP. And why? Because XRP, it is going to have the best ROI. So this is another fact. If I know, others know, there's nothing new. So here on the daily, nothing special, nothing clear here for now. And there is another scenario. So we just talked about a probability, or the probabilities of this scenario right here. A ascending megaphone, kind of ascending megaphone. But this is not the only possible way for things to unfold here. Actually not there. Right here. There are other ways. So again, folks, when we talk about patterns, we are talking about 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, sometimes 21 different possibilities of patterns to develop. So it is not simple. It is not easy. Okay, so that's why we need technical evidence. We must observe. It's kind of a science. Okay, so the other possible, it's all about probabilities that can unfold here. Why I'm and just to make this clear, not long ago a guy said, "Oh, can happen this way, can happen that way, can happen that way." Then you end up right. No, we are acknowledging scenarios that happens in different ways. So if the whole thing was clear, I could just say, okay, that's it. Like many times I already did it, and it is nothing special. Okay, so there is nothing clear here. There is no way to call this out now. Okay, it is impossible. So the other probability is to develop from here and then go. Why? One of the reasons is because we will be on late December. So something like this. If you guys check my previous videos on XRP, I was right about all the big move ups few days in advance. Okay, so we are working, we are doing our stuff. Okay, so just for the, if there is a silly boy around, right here, I made a video right here and I shared with on YouTube in advance. Okay, we were right. Then here around 55, I was a bit late, but I had some other positions as well here, and we were right again. So I still have some longs open, looking for more. So the direction, the bullish direction is clear. So how it is going to unfold, develop is still unknown. But very soon it is going to be clear. This behavior right here was based on Bitcoin. And we had a huge head and shoulders on Bitcoin. I wasn't charting Bitcoin or XRP or Ethereum, not selling anything at all. So this was not natural for XRP. So what, in other words, price adjustment. So when XRP is not moving on her own, she's just following Bitcoin. Okay, and it is very important to figure out when XRP is moving on her own and when it is only price adjustment. Most times we see XRP moving on her own before price adjustment based on Bitcoin and going down. So remember, today Dow Jones had a big move, downside. Not a big move, but a downside move, and Bitcoin just copy-paste. And XRP also. So this is the price adjustment, the inverted correlation, which we are talking about, okay? So one of the reasons I was waiting to make this video, it's because we still need more information. It's not over, it's not clear, it's not done. And I strongly believe there are a few more battles to fight here before we can see the big day, right? So yeah, let's take a quick look on the 4. We have the big boss here, 1N89. So just a second. So we talked about this in advance many times before. There is more than the eye can see here, but again, so this is also based on Bitcoin as well, okay, folks? Not only about XRP. XRP wants to go, but then Bitcoin, from a sudden, starts to behave in upper way, blah blah blah, the same thing, which is bullshit in my opinion. But so. We have odds to go from here into a straight bullish pattern before possible continuation. I'm not expecting a straight move. I don't believe it is going to be straight. Or we visit again 1, or even maybe 89. And then we will be ready for a massive move. So folks, sometimes when we say, oh, things can go, have room to go down a little bit more, and some people say, oh, no, please, no, this can happen, I had enough, just send it to moon. Folks, if right after we know we are going up, it is great because it's just another opportunity, to buy or long, whatever. Most people, they fear the bear, they fear red candles, but that's when the profits came from, folks. They are friendly, they're not bad. The average Joe learns soon in life that bear, sell, red, down are bad things, which it's not accurate, it's not true. Okay, so all those things are opportunities. And why wealth people became wealth? because they know how to read and understand these scenarios. Okay. So yeah, for now, nothing special. Bitcoin is hanging on 44,000. There is room for Bitcoin to go down to, let's say, 43, maybe 42 before resuming upside movement, bullish continuation. It is a weird pattern. It is not the best pattern in the world, but yeah, we work with what we have. Okay, and yeah. Oh, and sorry, I was taking a look on Bitcoin chart. So, folks, this is the plan for now. Okay, that's the thing we can expect, then we can look for. Again, when we acknowledge possible scenarios, you know, different probabilities, if that scenario doesn't play out, we have jack of all trades. Okay, that not playing out, this one. Okay, so let's make a plan in advance for all the scenarios. It is what it is. Managing risk, managing profits, and looking for complete scenarios, which sometimes are not fully developing, but still they provide information. Okay, and also technical evidence, which is very, very important. Okay, so I'm not going to draw lines all over. It's pointless. We know the direction. And if I am right about September, we still have kind of 25 days ahead before a down move across the markets. I'm always bearish around August, September. Always. Okay, always. Because the numbers are bad. 90 to 95%. Always there is kind of a correction or a crash. So being bullish around this time in the year is not going to happen, not for me. Okay, so this is my opinion and my opinion only, and I'm just sharing with you guys. Maybe, you know, can help you somehow. And you guys know the drill. This is not financial advice, just my humble opinion. Okay, so folks, thanks again. Thanks for your time. Thanks for your patience. Thanks for your support as well. Please don't forget to smash the like button, share with friends, subscribe as well. It is very important, and then we can keep growing together. Share with your friends. Share on Telegram, WhatsApp, Instagram, Twitter. Let's hit as many people as we can. Right? I'm helping you, then you can help others. Okay. So I hope you guys have a great day or a great night, and soon, you can bet, soon as we have something clear, I am going to make another video. But for now, it's just pointless. It's dust in the wind. Okay? So I wish you all the best, and I will see you guys soon. Thanks again, and see ya.